All right, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Jabarian going over the new Bungie IP Marathon. Comes out today, possibly. We don't know if the alpha's coming out tonight, but we do know we're getting a reveal trailer for some gameplay and some reveals. So sit tight, get some snacks, get your breakfast. It's early. I'm not on usually this early, but if you're seeing this on YouTube, comment down below one thing you're excited for before you watch the rest of this video for this reveal. I want to see more cat. I want to see more cat. That's all I know. I want to see more cat. Give me a cat companion. You got my money, Bungie. Give me a cat companion. You got my money. Oh my God, guys, it's about to happen. Here we go. Thank you for the alert, Fluffy. You didn't end up getting the badge. Yeah, I think I have to be in the marathon category. I'm so sorry, dude. Starving at the moment. Don't have my freaking lunch. By the way, guys, when this reveal happens very momentarily, I will not be talking as much chat. I'll be looking at the stuff myself. Should I make this bigger? Nah, this should be fine. This is fine. Dun dun dun. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay.
Back to Bungie HQ here in beautiful Washington, where we're coming to you live with the opportunity to share a little bit of marathon gameplay with you for the very first time. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, and we've got an awesome show lined up for you with a little surprise at the end that you're going to want to stick around to. So make sure to go ahead and not tune out early. But no need to worry. You're not going to have to sit here and listen to me. I'm joined by some of my teammates here at Bungie to walk us through some of what we're going to be seeing today. So no time like the present. Let's get into the show. First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe,
Joe Ziegler.
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Super excited to finally show something about our game. You know, we've been a little bit silent for a while, but we're hoping you'll have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we'll have another video in addition to one of just you in your office hanging out.
Exactly. So yeah, I won't be talking for like 20 minutes straight this time. I promise, yeah.
So for anyone out there that may not know you or what you do here, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
I work with a lot of amazing people, some of the people on this stage, a lot of people who are sort of in the audience here today. My goal is ultimately to take sort of all the ideas that we have, bring them together in a singular experience and help to deliver that experience as a single thread. So just love that.
Thank you very much for being here today, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. As we go on down the line, we're also joined by a man who's been instrumental in bringing the worlds of both games and film to life, our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going?
Oh God, the camera's glitching. Error code, Bungie, error code.
Joe, for anyone, obviously you've got some fans here, but for anyone out there in the audience at home that may not know you or doesn't get a chance to work with you, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Yeah, so I'm Joe Cross. I'm franchise art director of Marathon, and my job is to sort of set the tone and the vision, the visual style of this, reimagine this IP and this amazing game, and then make sure that our world-class art team is set up for success. Paving the way a bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for everything. Yeah. We're going to have a lot to dig into today, so thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
As we go right on down the line, we have, without a doubt, the most important Andrew on this stage here today.
Andrew!
Our gameplay director, Mr. Andrew Witz. How's it going, Witz?
Woo! Look at those
Which
shoes.
for anyone out there that may be just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit
He
about
looks
yourself?
ascendant.
Yeah, Andrew Witz. I'm the gameplay director. What basically means is I had to work with a bunch of awesome people to set up what the survival sandbox of Marathon is going to be. So that's runners, weapons and equipment, and
It's glitching like crazy.
See, they're going to be hunting players on Tau City. So yeah, what up to the gameplay team? Thank you all for all your work.
And of course, last but exceptionally not least, someone who you've probably seen in Bungie Vidocs in the past and someone who's been able to help guide design here at Bungie since Halo 3. The one, the only Mr. Senior Design Lead here, rather, the one, the only Mr. Lars Bakken.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Lars, we're back.
You could say Marathon's back.
You could. I'll leave that to you, though. Well, for anyone out there in the audience who may not get that reference and is just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, my name is Lars Bakken. I'm a senior design lead on the Run team. Shout out to Run team, everyone that's out there right now. A lot of fans out there. So the Run team is consisting of, we make the maps, so the zones that you're
Why does it
going
keep
into.
glitching?
We make the activities, so we take some of the cool stuff that Andrew's team, we remix it, we add the UESC in, we make them
Oh, that's just me.
on purpose. And then we also have the contracts team, which are the factions,
Sorry.
the corporations that players are sort of doing deals with because they're mercenaries. And that gets a little bit down into sort of the missions and everything. And so that's the stuff I hopefully make everyone proud with.
Well, we'll get into that here very shortly, but no, thank you all for starters all for being here. Before we get started as well, a quick reminder, do yourself a favor, make sure you've got your Bungie and your Twitch account linked to make sure you don't miss out on the Twitch drop that's going on right now. And if you also go ahead and subscribe to any channel in the Marathon
Oh
directory,
yeah,
can
make
get a
sure you
special
guys
little cat
link your
badge next to
Bungie account
name
because
to
if you
make sure
watch for
everything's here
15
today.
minutes,
So
you get a
go out
cool
there,
emblem.
Find a streamer you haven't found before and make sure and drop a sub out there and share the love. And also, if you have dropped your sub here on Marathon the Game, worry not, that money all goes to the Bungie Foundation, so thank you for helping us help them do some good out there. And now we have a big show again.
Here we
lined up.
go.
We've got some gameplay on the way coming up very shortly. We had a chance to go ahead and work with some creators and press.
Here we go,
recently, and we're gonna
guys.
show you what they thought of the game, and of course, again,
The
I'll repeat
next
myself, but we got something
addiction.
really great for you at the end
I
of the
mean,
show,
what?
So make sure and stick around. But again, the purpose of today is to show off some gameplay.
Yo,
Because
seasonal with the Prime sub.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so
thank you.
Before we get started, obviously there's a lot to talk
W's in the
about
chat
here.
for seasonal. Thank
We
you,
have
thank you, thank
a
you.
little bit of a taste to show you.
Enjoy your
about what our game
emotes
is about,
and your
just to
ad-free
kick us off,
viewing.
so we can put some images to what we've been
You should
talking
get the
about here,
cat
so
now.
Let's take a look.
The cat badge. Here we go. From the creators of Halo and Destiny. Whoa! Whoa! Yo! Oh, nah! No way, bro, this looks sick! Tolls with the gift, or for the sub at tier 1 for 17 months. Thank you so much.
The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours.
Oh my god.
Run.
Bro, this looks awesome! Was that like a molten? Bro! Yeah, it's like a shield. Hype train inbound, guys. Who wants to make it happen? Get that cat badge. Escape will make me unstoppable. I'm God. Dude. Cat station. Oh my God. Assassinations. September 23rd, 2025. Woo! That looks sick, dude.
First things first, you saw that correctly.
Oh
Marathon
my
will be releasing
God.
just this year on September November 23rd, so you'll be able to ship out to Tau City very shortly.
Oh my
and in addition to
God.
that, coming just later this month on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test. that you can
April
be a part of.
23rd, so
Quick
it's
heads up,
not
this is gonna
today,
be focused
guys.
on North America, 18 plus only.
Woo.
So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're caught up with all
I'm
the details, and you're
freaking
ready to go,
pumped.
do yourself a favor, head over to our Discord at discord.gg/marathonthegame. And of course, if you're here in Twitch chat with us today, then you've already done yourself a big favor. Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out and looking for folks to drop codes to as well, to make sure that you can get priority access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox. There's no exclamation point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today. But
Woo,
let's get
baby.
into it. What did we just see?
A lot of death, is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some runners in there. It's got some weapons in there. It's got some crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions.
Thank you,
Tolls.
Tolls.
In there, so
Appreciate you. How you
weapons are
doing,
gonna do
man?
More than just shoot.
What's up,
obviously.
Snivy?
It's
Welcome
a
in.
Bungie game. We gotta really push things. Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as
It
well.
is cute. I love the
UASC,
sticker.
obviously, a
I
little
like his
taste of
hat,
UASC,
too.
What they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome.
And some fun world interactions too. Like there's that sequence where the shutters go down and then everything goes.
Guys, 1
wrong
minute
for
from a
the
hype
team
train.
that's in that
All
room.
someone has to do is gift a sub.
But it's pretty cool to see those things.
Yeah, everything.
I like his
goes
shirt
wrong,
too,
man,
the
so-
caterpillar on it.
Mr. Ziegler, so why are we making Marathon? Why is Bungie going into the extraction shooter space?
Extraction shooters are something that are a passion of all of ours. Like we really like the idea of bringing this experience that we've all enjoyed, which is this kind of intense survival-based experience where you are frequently unsure of what's going to happen next, but you're on that adventurous ride of it. It's like, we talk about it sort of like it's a horror story that's kind of unfolding before you. And testing yourself to see if you can survive it. And we really wanted to take that and sort of, bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, attract others to it, and so you can have a bigger party.
It might leave the station. It's okay, though. I appreciate the subs.
To make that happen.
Yeah. No, it shows. And,
Doesn't always have to turn into a
Lars,
hype train.
Obviously, Bungie's got a long history of shooters, but this is a new type altogether for us to dive into. From your side, what's it been like designing for all of this?
It's been fantastic. So when I started at Bungie, it was on the multiplayer team. And I am a competitive person in my nature. I really enjoy PvP. And so having to take that in the Marathon game and think about every single angle of every design, knowing that there will be other human beings in, around, and on the other side of it has just been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
It's been really exciting to see. And obviously, you mentioned we saw a lot. We saw some runners. Mr. Witz, can you do me a favor and help introduce these 4 runners that are going to be available when the closed alpha test begins?
Yeah, for sure. We'll have 6 runners at launch, but we're focusing on the core 4 here they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our soldier kind of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward.
So like
gameplay,
Titans.
Right? The first one in, trying to get as many picks as possible, right, against either the UESC or other players. Next, we have Blackbird. It's a very reconnaissance-based kit, all about figuring out where players and enemies are in general and punishing poor positioning. Glitch is like our
Campers,
agile
good
disruptor
luck.
kind of kit, all about pushing forward.
You're
disrupting
gonna need
what
it.
they're doing and getting out and kind of having that kind of cycle. Void is our stealth boy, our sneaky boy.
Glitch does look
all
pretty
about
cool.
Throwing down smokes, going a full active camo.
It's probably like a
cloak,
rogue or a hacker.
into the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4 right now for
Very
alpha.
exciting. A lot of different playstyles to choose from out of the gate.
Woo.
And even furthermore, Joe Cross, also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter, do yourself a favor and do so. But you've been sharing some art with these runners pretty recently out there on Twitter with everyone. Before
Just
the show,
joined their
we were talking a
Discord,
little
but
bit,
looks
and I've
like
heard this
so
come up a
many
lot, but,
others
you guys
did.
have been
Oh,
working
yeah.
off This concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's one of our ingredients that we've sort of conjured up to help us define the visual world. For these runners, the first thing we wanted to make sure was their visual fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy.
Temporary outage.
Well. And then we sort of have
Oh, wow.
our unique recipe of influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this world. And one of those sort of constraints we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we kind of reduce the amount of geometry, we limit our materials, we use a lot of graphic design and color, and we sort of use it as a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project. And then it doesn't hurt to have a world-class concept team cranking this stuff out. And that's sort of the origin of a lot of these designs.
And obviously the world of Marathon has so much legacy to it as well. As a kid who grew up playing it, I know it well myself. But what's it been like stepping into this world?
It's amazing. For art geeks out there, the sort of the father of the Marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left. Started out as a fan. Then got incorporated.
It looks very reminiscent to Halo on the left.
His legacy looms super large, and we've always tried to, pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice.
Look at the helmet, the way the armor looks, the suit.
We developed early in the process to make sure that our sort of approach to graphic realism and style lined up and sort of represented that. And then on the right here, sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird. With a similar fantasy and composition. So I think it's working out well, and I think we're doing something new, but also sort of looking back.
It's like a 3-panel study on how to hold the spine, right? Is what you're looking at.
Right,
Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah.
Is it a spine?
I don't know. It could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that said, if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to try and answer as many as we can. We're going to be showing, again, a lot of stuff today. So if you've got anything that comes to mind, please feel free to throw it in there. Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more Marathon gameplay.
Let's do it.
Oh, here we go, more. Let's go. Gameplay overview. Dude, the maps look very captivating, don't they, guys? Marathon.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats.
So
capable of
Exos.
both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players.
This looks so
countless
vibrant and
security
fun.
forces, and other
Oh my
threats
god, dude.
to scavenge the remains of a lost
The
colony.
kitty!
for
Middle
glory
finger?
and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge.
So it's
throughout
like a
the map.
battle royale.
Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death
What?
is inevitable.
And never-ending
never the
runs?
Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents. And in your next run,
Yo, that was slick.
you and
What the
your
hell?
teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights.
Bro, Dire
Whether you're on a
Marsh.
zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No
So you can
two
kill
runs
your
in
own
Marathon ever
teammates?
play
That's
the same.
interesting.
With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive.
Oh, damn.
Each run has a time limit.
I like the skull that pops up when the people die. That's really cool.
Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends? Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination.
How much you want to bet they
Endgame
did that
challenges,
thing for
ranked play,
Destiny
discovering secrets,
with the streaks that you
seasonal
run around with?
storytelling, community
'Cause of
events,
this.
and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4.
Dude.
Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
God, this looks awesome, guys. This looks, yep, September 23rd. Mark that in your calendars. Woo!
All right. It's a decent amount of gameplay. All right. Let's get into
Wow.
breaking this down.
It
So,
looks great.
I think for starters, again, you know, as we touched on before the break, Bungie has such a rich history with Marathon. You know, Joe Cross, from your standpoint, facilitating this gameplay with your art style. Again, what was it like kind of approaching this from your perspective? What were you looking to do?
You know, build on a legacy. The narrative of
What's up,
Marathon
Omega?
is incredibly rich.
It does,
and,
dude.
inspirational,
Looks great.
easy sort of inspiration for art. I also love just sort of having the keys to
Every console, it's on everything.
This car from this era, working on a game from this era. I love.
They said that
older
like 5
games. I
minutes
love the way
ago.
the games look from the PS1, PS2 era. So there was a lot for us, and you know, like I said, paying homage to some of the great sort of iconic artists of the time. So
Yeah, and also we had some keen-eared folks in chat. I think it's Joey Wolfinder asked if this is Ben Starr. Yep, Ben Starr was the narrator of that.
I see the cat you're talking about,
Great
Mimu.
odds, right?
Yeah, super cool. Yeah,
It's like a Pink
He's
Panther.
almost an Andrew Witz, but he does his best.
Bro, fucking Pearson
But,
would love
all right,
that.
I'm gonna put you on the spot with a tough one, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Who's your favorite runner?
Ooh, controversial question. I play a variety of them, but I will say probably the one I end up playing the most is Blackbird. Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Any
Killing
Blackbird games out there?
campers. Woo! No more camping.
I like playing Blackbird because it's a great crew runner. Like it's in terms of being able to provide a lot of information, provide a lot of support. It's also a great runner that's kind of helps to counter a lot of strategies that can occur, especially ambush strategies that happen. Also to catch Void out of position if Void's trying to hide. So yeah, there's a lot of versatility to how you can play it.
Very fun, Mr. Witz. I think you and I share the same main. I got to ask as well. Who's your go-to runner?
Oh, I split my time between Locust. I'm a very push-forward kind of player, as Joe reminds me all the time, because I'm pushing too much, too
You don't
often.
even have a W key. It just goes.
I just love to go fast forward. That's right.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, that push forward gameplay of Locust Command. The first try and get a pick. You know, seeing somebody out of position, going for that pick. Also, I like to play glitch a lot too. Again, like, I really love that disruption play style. I love just finding an enemy crew trying to exfil, trying to extract, and then like taking like the arm cannon and just knocking them out of like the zone, and now they're trapped with me and hopefully my teammates. Joe.
I'm scanning. I'm looking for enemies. It's good, yeah.
To that same end, actually, as you guys kind of discuss the runners, Destas in chat asks, what's the pacing targets to the gameplay? Are there any movement or traversal mechanics?
There are a lot of movement and traversal mechanics inside of the game, but it varies. Your effectiveness varies per runner.
Yeah, like everything in we're making like a survival sandbox, which means everything kind of has to have a cost, right? And so like if you want to go fast, like Locust has like a super sprint, so to speak. Like they have leg jets that kind of come on to help you sprint even faster. That causes heat. So basically it's almost like a stamina system, but we call it heat because we're these awesome mercenary cyborgs, right? Where like the body overheats. And so this character has like some mobility, but you overheat quite a bit. So that's kind of the cost that's there. And so that's what pushes us into like finding implants that maybe like expand like how much like your heat meter and also give you more agility so you can even go even faster, right? So yeah, there's a lot of cost in the game in terms of when we place a mobility thing in there, we really want to make sure it's like how does this affect the pace and how does this affect the overall survival sandbox?
And to be fair, we're still looking at the alpha builds. We got to balance a lot of stuff because some stuff is kind of sketchy. Yeah.
No, we have a lot to learn. That's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah, I mean, and actually while we're talking about kind of those finer details, Wits, I'd love to still kind of bug you a little bit. In Marathon, build crafting is a big deal. What does that mean in the world that you guys are building?
Yeah, and so like the runners are essentially like a base, right? And so each runner has, they have a bunch of implants that you can kind of find that do kind of wild things and like as they go up in rarity, right? There's a lot of stats, so you can increase your resistance to certain things. So like Tox is one, so you can essentially be poisoned, right, as our Tox. And so you can build up resistances to that. You can increase your agility. There's shields, obviously, to make you a bit more durable. We have cores. Cores are really cool. They basically give you like extra passives. And at the base rarity, like they have these kind of passives that you kind of play around. At the highest rarity, they are specific to the runner kit that you have, the runner you're playing. And what they do is they really augment your abilities wildly, right? So you can, you're doing one thing and then you get like a core specifically for glitch, and now you're like, oh, my double jump is a triple jump? Like that's how much we want to kind of push that.
Okay, so instead of getting gear that we're keeping on, exotics and stuff like that from Destiny, it sounds like we're getting these in-game during the actual gameplay.
Weapons have like a pretty cool progression too.
I wonder if they go away
gold mods, which
if you
are like
die.
the highest end of the attachment pool.
Probably.
They're essentially like exotics in our game, right?
Hey, I called it. I said exotics.
That can do some wild stuff.
No way.
So yeah, like really, it's the entire package together is what the build crafting.
I like this guy.
That's super exciting. And actually, to that same end, we got a question in chat as well from I think Firex is how you pronounce it. How many players are going to be in each map?
Varies per map.
Yeah, it varies per map.
Got it.
The footage that people have seen a lot of, Dire Marsh, we support up to 18 players.
18?
There'll be room for a lot of play styles.
Wait, 3,
to that
6,
same end,
9,
I know we
12,
talked a little
15,
bit about Void
18.
earlier as well. Lars, can you walk us through maybe just your play style when you're approaching any of these?
6 teams.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and sell out the best.
6 teams of
Give away
3.
my secrets. So Void is really fun for me because it leans into this part of my personality that is like very devious. And so, if you go on a run with me, I'll be like, hey, any claymores you see, let me know. And I'm putting those in my backpack, and I'm doing crazy things like, okay, so Void has a prime ability that sends out, I think you saw it in the video, it sends like a wall of smoke that sort of like your home base when you do that. It's a portable. Because when you go in that, you become invisible. You get automatic active camo. So I'll do things like set that up to make people believe I'm doing one thing and then do another. So a lot of subversive things. I'll go in there and I'll claymore the inside, right? If someone comes in after me, they're gonna have a very bad time. But I also do things like I'll go to a place in the zone where there's high tier loot and I'll claymore it up and then close all the doors and leave and be like, I wonder if anyone's gonna show up. And then sure enough, maybe 5 minutes later I see the shield crack in the HUD and I'm like, yes, I can go back and see what's going on. So yeah, that's how I like to play.
Yeah. How about you, Joe Cross? What's your go-to?
Well, if you know me, I'd rather look good and lose. So I generally pick the runner with the coolest helmet, and in this lineup, I think that's clearly Blackbird. As far as my play style, I'm typically just a decoy. So
Joe, go over there.
yeah, exactly.
Go get farmed, Pally.
Just stand in the open for a little bit. Yeah.
So that's
You're farming me. Get out of the way.
Fair. Well, we want to thank you all for your collective sacrifice. We appreciate it. So actually, to that same end, obviously we do a lot of play testing here internally. Witz, I know you mentioned you've got a folder of some of your best plays, but what are some of your most memorable runs so far?
Some of my memorable runs are really when I think I'm going to be doing one thing, right? Like, okay, I'm going to do a contract. I'm going to be going here. I got to go into this room. I got to interact with this device. And I think it's like, I'm safe, like I'm kind of doing like a routine thing. I can get in and get out if I'm like smart about it and really kind of listen for what's going on. Like there's no UESC around, there's no players around. And oftentimes there's another player, like the best moments is there's another crew that are going for the exact same thing. And there's this moment of like you're about to turn the key to get into a locked room and then the other team is right there and you're like, oh crap. Like, and then you're like, this is all out war in like a hallway that seems to be like a regular hallway, but now it's just like it just gets crazy. And so I think those are the peaks that happen where there's these tense moments where you're trying to do something that lead to these very quick crescendos where, these mercenaries kind of going crazy. In other way, like all these players are jumping in.
You make it sound like you're playing so carefully, but you're not.
Listen, the tactics are happening fast.
Okay. They're just processing power.
The math is going. Like it's happening.
He's mathing.
All right. It sounds like, runs can obviously entail a lot, but we also have a question from Sharky218. Is loot going to be just weapons, or is there going to be more for people to go after while they're out there in Tau City?
There's a ton of loot.
There's a ton of
loot. Yeah, there's implants, there's cores, there's equipment. There's
grenades.
Consumables.
Let's talk about grenades.
Yeah, there's grenades.
I mean,
we have a bunch of different types of grenades in the game as well that you can loot in the world. We have valuables. We have backpacks. Yeah, attachments, weapons, materials, keys.
And there's a bunch of stuff too that we're just we call valuables, but like there's times when you're running low on money and you're like, I just need to do a valuables run right now, and I need to pick up these things and get my money, into my space bank. So.
Space bank, yeah.
That actually is a good segue from
Infinite Vault.
Fallen Hobo asks, what do I do with the loot when I extract? Like, why does it matter in the long run?
Yeah, there's a variety.
I never
of
played
reasons.
Escape from Tarkov.
It's related to sort of our factions and contract system. But if you want to talk a little bit about that, Lars.
Yeah, we've got this entire system we call factions. You're doing contracts, they're like missions, and you are being greeted originally by AI representative because you are a mercenary. You don't really have allegiance to anyone. They are going to pay you to do these jobs, and so they'll give you these missions to do. And as you're doing these missions, like Andrew said, sometimes you'll run into danger. But the cool thing about, I think, a lot of the faction and the contract system is like, you could complete download the agricultural survey from this one area on one of the zones, and you're doing the thing, and you've sort of done it. So even if you die, you've still made progress there, which I think is a really cool aspect of that feature. But then there's also this other meta layer where, as you're working with the different factions, they allow you to upgrade yourself over time, and so you can increase your heat meter, you can increase your loot speed, things like that.
I was gonna say, you're trying to get as much loot as possible to meet
Really?
the
Is it that
challenge
frustrating of a
right?
game?
Like essentially, different missions get harder over time, right? Which means you want to have more loot on you so you can survive longer. So just in general, be able to do fight all the different hostile entities in the world. Like get through there's a POI on a zone that's heavily fortified by UESC, and all of the different units that are there, the snipers, the assault units, like you want to be able to not only withstand that and players. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to get loot.
And honestly, like a lot
Doesn't
of
Lupin play that game too?
That you utilize
Escape from
factions,
Tarkov?
But there's also
I think he does.
A game store called the Black Market, where you can use a lot of your currency and things like that to actually re-equip yourself.
Or he's known for playing that
upgrade
game.
Yourself if you need anything from that space. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to get a lot of good loot out. I don't think I'm ever short of reasons to get loot out. Yeah.
That just says something else about me, though. I'm just a loot goblin. So sometimes extraction shooters also can be seen as kind of hardcore and maybe tough to get into. What are some of the things that you guys are doing?
I gotta use the restroom, but I'm trying to wait.
I think there's a couple things that we could talk about. One is we are obviously investing, besides doing a little bit more onboarding in the front end so players can understand a little bit about what the nature of the game mode is. We're also doing a lot to make combat something that's a little bit more approachable, but also just equally as deep and have pretty wide things. But I think Andrew could talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, we want to make, like, this is like a Bungie shooter, right? We want to make sure it's approachable. We like nail those fantasies. Every button press feels awesome, right? And so really trying to bring that kind of, like, morph the Bungie action
Yo,
game
Piercing!
into, like, in the
Thank you for the
survival
gift
space
sub,
where,
my friend.
again, everything kind of costs something, right? Getting shot, like,
Enjoy
you're not
your
going
cat
to have like a limb system where,
badge.
like, you know,
Let's
your limb's
go.
broken or anything, but you will, like, guns do stopping power, right? Which they can knock you out of sprint, they can slow you down, right? Status effects are still in the game, and so if you are hit with a chem grenade, right, you're gonna be toxed. You can be immobilized, right, which really slows you down. You can be overheated. There's all these things, and that pushes you into using consumables and making sure you have an answer for these things that happen. So we're trying to make sure that you keep the depth of the survival game, but the approachability of the action game, right? And so that's how we're trying to marry that together. And in
I like
addition to
that.
If you have some bad runs, right, like, and you don't have a lot of, you see your loot kind of going down, we have the sponsored kits, like it's kind of talking in the video earlier, where it's a package of gameplay items like weapons or equipment or maybe a shield or something or consumables. That's kind of like the floor for what we think you can be really, like, you can be capable in the environment and actually like fight.
I
other
really
players
like
actually
this
figure
guy.
out. So you're never feeling like the goal is that you can always clutch. Even if you find somebody who's completed, kitted out in like really high end.
He's got drip too. Look at his shoes, man. Green shoes, black pants, black shirt, black and green hat.
Hurts. I mean, obviously, going to be a lot of good pointers for folks at home taking notes for when they get a chance to get into the alpha. But we'd be remiss if we also didn't mention how a big part of what we do here at Bungie is working alongside our community.
I want the hat.
Which is why we've also had the chance since about 2022 to work with hundreds of different creators in our community as well to go ahead and get some of their feedback. So to those of you out there that have joined us, thank you very much for your time and your opinions. They mean a lot. But no need to listen to me talk about it. We actually just last week had a bunch of folks in here to go ahead and play test the very same alpha build that some of you will have a chance to join in as well.
Let's go.
So, I vote I go ahead and let you tell them about it in their own words.
Here we go.
You kind of feel the blood pumping.
Really, Piercing?
Got him, got him, got him.
I want that hat. Ooh, so that's what the inventory screen looks like.
This is a new world. This is a different take on an extraction shooter.
No, they got out. It's game.
I'm so excited for this game. Oh, it's Scarrow. Nice. Scarrow.
This is such an exciting time for us. You are the first group outside of Bungie to playtest our alpha build.
Oh, there's CB Gray. Nice. That's my boy. Really good at killing things.
Look daddy up. Let's go. Okay. I am ready and up. Whatever you two are.
It's so fast.
Oh, we are bringing some money in this time.
Quick read.
Oh, you looking around?
Yeah, I'm gonna see who we're gonna raid with.
Alrighty. Bio research is right next to us. You want to do the intercepts?
Yeah.
You just want to grab that real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to get going?
Yep, Metro.
That should be a good one.
I didn't actually. I've not been there yet.
Oh my God, you can.
Oh, okay.
You can vault off of buildings.
For the gang, there is fall damage.
Oh, there is fall damage though. Oh shit.
There is. I got a mod earlier that like drastically reduced it though. So there are ways to reduce it.
I may have just exploded my kneecaps.
If you dash right before you hit the ground,
you
don't take
it saves it.
It'll break the fall, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
AI on the right. Yeah, more AI inside the little shrubbery downtown over there.
A hostile unit is calling for reinforcements.
Dude, this looks so fun. The hand cannon looks sick too.
Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry.
You're good.
Still heading to field maintenance. Yep. Oh, I got it.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, he just jump up.
Starly in the chat, PCG players.
Yeah, with a snipe up above. It's looking at me.
I need some bits ammo. Guys, follow me. There's a green punk right there.
There's 6 underneath.
I love the little skull that pops up when you kill an enemy.
Down one. I hit one for the kill, but I'm down 2. Down. That's all of them.
Damn.
Actually, you want to do the 18D? Over here. Red looks like
Either way, I'm getting shredded right now, so I gotta heal.
clear the AI outside first. They're just gonna beam us if we don't get rid of them.
We gotta. Yep.
What the? What?
That's a purple one.
It does, dude. I'm excited, Shin.
Wait, the one that fire like 5 knees are elite.
The grenadiers, yeah. They're pretty great. What'd you have on your little guy?
Oh, one of the guys you killed had just been weapons on him. Poor guy. Oh, mechanics here.
So I think on the right side, that's your space bank, which is what they were talking about in the reveal. Is that a shotgun? Yeah, it's a shotgun. Bro, you're not close enough. Why are you trying to shoot him with that?
Doesn't take anything. You're just good. Yeah. I'm on
He's
my
trying to use a
box.
shotgun and it's not even hitting him.
Yeah, dropping in big ones too.
Was that a claymore? That's like a pulse rifle or like a
We
scout?
got long shots in 2.
I like how they're bleeping out cuss words with the sound of one of the critters from this game. That's so clever.
Yeah. That's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I played one shield. There's a Lynx up there who's absolute.
Bro, he sucks at shooting.
Oh,
Come on, Lupo.
Realized.
Where are they?
They're on the balcony, like south 200.
I got one knocked. I got one knocked.
Nice.
You can just like charge in with a shield is nuts. That's a locust, I'm thinking.
I'm out of ammo.
Ooh.
It's a
Oh, yeah, there's a sniper.
Freaking no! It's a Brian.
And just like that,
Fiend, dude.
it's over.
I'm coming to you, Ben.
Yeah, I see him.
Don't underestimate this guy.
Oh my god, that bitch.
Oh my god, chat. What if we can free play with our communities? Think about it. 6 teams of 3, 18 players, 6 teams out of your community, mods, subs, whatever. Battle it out.
I literally only have a sniper.
That'd be so fun.
A unit is signaling for reinforcements.
Okay,
the knock I had was way over here. I don't see anybody over
It's a
there.
very pleasing game to watch. I'll tell you that.
He's been quiet for an awful long time. I reckon he's gone for res.
Oh, we saw the sniper scope. Dr. Lupo, no.
That's okay.
Scaro with the save.
Sniped,
W Scaro.
Yeah, right on me. Just player. I mean, very weak up there.
Bro, he sucks with that gun. He cannot shoot. It's like me when I shoot in Destiny.
I'm underneath.
Are they where we got down?
Definitely need more heals.
Coming. Got one left.
Oh.
I take shots on the right side, like you should.
No, if they're close. I got no tags. Oh.
There.
Is he scanning the area like Bloodhound? Yeah, he is.
Is that him up there?
He's scanning the area for items, not people. That's actually clever.
Yes, sorry, he was. Yeah, hit him.
So it's like Bloodhound's ability in Apex, but for weapons and gear.
No, you said there was something in there. They were shooting something in
Because
there.
correct me if I'm wrong, Bloodhound doesn't do items, only people, right? I think it's only scanning for people. So that's interesting.
I think they kind of built a ringer group, I'm not gonna lie.
I love that take on this.
If they built God squads, you could say. I feel like we might be the God squad.
That was good. That was a good run.
Flawless run. Your own last breath.
We got knife some AI and grab some guns.
We can go to field maintenance.
We got a loot container key. Isn't there one of those around here?
Yeah, it's right here. Where did I just hear that thought?
One sec, guys. Oh, I need to stretch.
Oh, I knifed him.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Yeah, something's sucking me.
Stop sucking
Hey,
him.
yo.
It's a purple shield.
UESC reinforcement signal detected.
I found a purple enemy. I heavy knifed it 4 times and had to dump a full mag into it.
Is he grabbing like hit the guy's res? Kind of like in Apex when you grab like someone's tag?
Okay. Yay! I don't want the
Yeah, they-
conquest. LMG. I should take it, but I don't want it.
You want to know what this reminds me of, guys?
I'm saved.
It's like Combat Evolved Halo.
What's the question mark?
If you guys remember that. CE Halo
That are on the map.
and D1 put into one game. Except it's not, it's a Battle Royale style still.
Like the cash players?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Combat Evolved was really quick. The reticles and the gun movement was really quick too. The ADS was.
One is broken.
He scanned his freaking arm. This man went invisible. Like, what?
I knocked one.
Oh.
Found him.
Nice shot, girl.
Hostile action.
Glitch is moving. Glitch is moving.
Behind, yeah, Glitch is behind you at the moment.
Good
White
shot,
shield, white
lady.
shield.
Oh, she's scared. She's scared.
Dante and lady.
Down.
Very good.
Very nice. I called the purple.
Very nice. She's a 10. It looks like that, Tolls. I don't know.
Yeah, I want the frickin' purple. There's a green on this
Purple shield. Who has that?
one. Me.
The big items, the big drops, the stuff that's like really high value, they're like, I have to get this out.
Doesn't matter if I'm playing Lucas or Void or Glitch. If I've got a better aim, I'm gonna win. There's no other
Really,
exciting
Cinder?
people like that where I can have that kind of gameplay.
That kind of
When people
solidifies
find out
you
about
saying
some
it's
of the
like
secrets and stuff,
Escape
they
of
are going
Tarkov.
to
That's pretty
lose
cool.
their mind.
Playing so far has just been refreshing, I'd like to say. Everything felt really locked in.
This being sort of the next full Bungie experience is an exciting moment.
The game is inherently fun. I just want to play more.
Woo! September 23rd, guys. Mark it in your calendars. And then the debate of the alpha is going to be April
Obviously,
23rd.
Having those creators in was a whole lot of fun. Getting to work with both creators and players alike has been a privilege. It's been a great time getting to set that up. And of course, I promise I'm not saying this just because I work on the social media team here, but if you head over to our YouTube channel, we have a full 20-minute version of that. So youtube.com/Marathon the Game is where to find us. Also, same with all of our other socials, as long as I'm at it. But Lars, obviously, again, like we talked about before that video, we're familiar with working with our community really closely, but have we ever done it this early or at this scale before?
So I've been at Bungie for a while now, since the Halo 3 days, and I think the thing, even since my time, we've been really good about is working with players, working with the community. It's something we take pride in. And on this game in particular, yeah, we brought people in, players in, much earlier into the process than I think we ever have before, and it's given us really good insight. You know, we tell them when they show up, be brutally honest, because that's how we learn, that's how we understand what needs to change, what needs to get better, and I think it's been really great.
That's been a ton of fun. I mean, even again, like these folks were all here last week. You guys were in there with some of you playing as well. What was it like?
Oh, it was super exciting. Yeah, I mean, like when you have a lot of there was a combination of players who we've been engaging with for a long time, and some players who were brand new, and it was great to see sort of like the mix of the both. Especially when you got to some higher level skilled players who just joined in and immediately got it and started destroying everybody, like Tens, and Lupo was in there, and but yeah. Yeah, you had some pretty awesome moments, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing to jump in, and I'm gonna throw Nick under the bus for a moment here. Like, apparently he was on the team with Brian and Jeff Keighley, and they were not having success. Y'all were like destroying them. Yeah, it's probably your team that was destroying them. So I was brought in as like a hired gun to help get Jeff through, and
thank you.
I did my job.
Woo! Doing your job.
Mission accomplished, Lars. Yeah.
Something that he's used to, obviously. Also, though, you were saying you were observing a little bit as well, maybe not playing quite as much. What was it like, from your perspective, getting to see all these folks jump in and play the game for the first time, some of them?
I mean, it was awesome. It's awesome, like, playing the game for so long, right, and seeing other people play the game is just a great feeling, right, for, like, the whole team. You get to see things that you designed for happen, and in real life, right, you see people who are like being hunted by other players that take refuge by like we're a heavily fortified area, and watching the UESC equalize a little bit. Moments like that was great. There was another fight that was like it looked so fun, but also hilarious, but also like really like it was like a great time, but also really tense. There was two crews that were fighting under the dire marsh map. There's a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that, and they were fighting in the tunnels, and the fight was literally like almost 1 by 1s, like 3 and 3, like constantly moving towards each other and fighting in the hallway. The person in the front dropping meds for people in the back and changing positions, and that fight went into like little vents as well. So it was like this it was this hilarious chase that was like it was super tense because you didn't know exactly whether you were going to get third party, and they were just the volume in the room kept on going up from those two crews because they were just like, when are they going to get flanked? There's another vent right there that could pop up from there. And they were shooting vents just like out of just pure paranoia. It was awesome.
It's a good balance of the obviously, yeah. And you, again, we were mentioning you got to play. Were there any other creators you got to dive in with?
Oh yeah, I was on a team with Valkyrie and Katamina, and we had a lot of fun. There was like a couple moments where we bunkered down underneath a greenhouse in the tunnels underneath. Tunnels are dangerous, and they were fun. But we basically created like a little claymore nest down there, and so we were baiting them down into it. And yeah, it was pretty successful. I'm telling you, the claymore strats are good. Yeah. Don't sleep on claymores. They're
pretty solid.
Yeah.
Lars is like, I know.
Someone's gonna go invisible and just put claymores down.
So,
That's all they're gonna do.
These creators,
Fuck.
The legacy of Marathon's community goes so long.
Don't trip.
Goes so far, rather. As someone who's played a lot of ALF 1 in the past as well myself, back on my Titanium G4 PowerBook so long ago, bringing in the ALF 1 team was really, really exciting. You guys got a chance to work with them as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting to sort of connect to the heritage of Marathon, right? Like to keep that alive as we're sort of building this new world. And so working with the ALF 1 team has been really awesome. With the Marathon Classic on Steam is the release that they had, as well as the Marathon Classic 2, I think, is on Steam as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of those, it's like sort of connecting the threads, if that makes sense, sort of remembering the past as we're sort of building this new, re-envisioning in a lot of ways of what Marathon is.
Yeah. Actually, kind of on this topic as well about the dangers of the world, we do have a question from Twitch chat. Are there dangerous PvE encounters? Obviously, you've mentioned that the UESC is out there, and you should underestimate them at your own peril. But can you tell us a little bit more about maybe some of those emergent threats that await players?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the UESC security units that are out there. There's a bunch of different types that do different things. So watch out for them. We also have ticks, which are these wonderful, surprising, exploding fauna. Yeah, they run at you.
Yeah.
They run at you, explode on you, and they have the
Give
shoot the nests
me
to get rid of
a
them.
cat
eventually, otherwise
companion,
they'll keep coming.
please.
And there's a bunch of hazards and stuff that are be on the map as well. Like we have a bunch of tox rooms and all kinds of surprises that await players. And in the alpha there's a few, but
what's
we got
the
a lot.
scariest UESC unit to you?
The scariest unit? The Ghost Commander, for sure. The Ghost Commander, their ability is they go into active camo and they actually have clone. They have a bunch of clones that go out there, so you think you're not sure which one to shoot, and then by the time you recognize which one
in the chat,
is actually
PCG
the real
players.
one, right? It's it may be over for you, but that's one. The sniper, also love the sniper as well. We really want to have these prolonged sniper fights that are really great against the UESC, and if you manage to really push them and they notice you're pushing, they'll punish you for that too. So definitely be careful of these units. Tread carefully.
Not to be trifled with, right?
And the recruits, honestly, the recruits, have this rush down that they do. If you're not too careful and knowing where they're going to be flanking you and rushing you down from, we're purposely making them these formidable foes that you can't get treasure out of the world easily, and they're guarding it, and they're doing a pretty damn good job.
And you can't ignore them either. Once they're on your set, you kind of got to figure out a way.
Yes. Exactly.
Also, too, we've got another question from, I believe, Shepsky. Can a team be composed of any number of runner types, like 3 Blackbirds, for example?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
There's no restriction on how you assemble your crew. You can all play the same. You can create a meme comp if you want. Or you can diversify a little bit, and sort of try to use each other's utilities. But we've seen them all. It's
Active
really
camo
cool to see kind of the
confirmed.
different combinations we've seen. Yeah.
But you may never know.
Dude, there's going to be some sleazeball. It's going to go around the map.
What they're gearing
behind
towards
everybody
Blackbird,
else,
right?
go invisible,
there may be some,
put a
some
claymore
of them,
in their
may actually
vicinity,
have implants that
lure them
allow
that way,
to go
boom.
In active camo. That's not a specific thing for a runner, so we're purposely trying to make it so that you can diversify.
I did see the shield wall comp, which is basically 3 locusts in the playtest from last week. But yeah,
let's go. So again, obviously it's been so much fun to hear you guys even talking about this game and the experiences you've had. You've been building a world that's really ripe for players to tell their own stories in. Again, with the closed alpha on the way on April 23rd, as players finally get a chance, some of them to jump in. What are some of the stories you're most excited for them to get to dive in and maybe tell themselves?
So many. I mean, there's so many different stories that I think that we're looking forward to seeing happen, especially ones that we've never even seen before. But getting onto the planet, honestly, just trying to survive amongst all of the different threats that exist there. The dying, when our trio says death, it's death. There's a lot of death in the game. The learning from it, the challenging yourself, the getting back up and trying to do something new. It's gonna be exciting. I'm sure there's plenty of other things.
I'm curious, Mr. Cross. What are you expecting?
I mean, I'm had the fortune to launch Destiny and now Marathon. It's always amazing to put something out into the world that you've been working on, sort of in a bubble for 6 years or something like that, and have the players experience the visual world for the first time is amazing. Introducing the IP into the world, sort of beyond the game. Sort of the culture it creates. Always excited to see what the fans tell us what the game is and what the metas are and what the IP is, and so that exchange is always amazing.
Yeah, check out the Discord. It's getting wild in there right now. How about you? Anything come to mind on your side?
I'm just really excited for folks to discover the content and play with it.
Tenkaichi said the Discord's crashed.
We've been making this meal
Confirmed.
for a bit. It's just time to see folks play, right?
I want the hat.
For a bit. We've been working together on all the activities and everything.
Give me that hat right now.
It's just going to be exciting to see people react to it organically and learn from it.
I'm also curious to see which runner will be the crowd favorite. Out of the end. I have theories.
I know you have many theories.
Yeah.
Well, chat, Discord, let us know. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking.
Absolutely.
But that brings us to just about the conclusion of what's been a very action-packed show.
Oh my gosh, they showed so much.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, and thank you everybody out there. Our team is literally sitting behind these cameras here, and they're amazing. Like, you know, you should give yourselves a hand, you know, for putting together.
All right, guys, what do we think? 1 out of 10. How impressed were you? I'll give it an 8.5, man. I'm hyped. 8.5 out of 10 for me.
Been super gracious and kind to come in.
It'll be a 9 if I get a cat.
Just want to make sure all of you, let's give you.
It'll be a 9 if I get a cat. 8.2, interesting rating.
That's right. So again, as we noted at the top of the show, coming up at the very, very end, we've got a very special surprise. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and stick around all the way through till the end. But again, huge thanks, Joe Ziegler, Joe Cross, Andrew Witz, and Lars Bakken.
8.2667.
And of course, again,
9 if you see merch.
Ziegler, thank you so much to the entire dev team here at Bungie. Thank you so much for being here today. Whether you're here with us in person or you're at home, it's your contributions that make Marathon possible. So truly,
the launch is good. We got to keep rating open for that.
Of course, the crew here, thank you all so much for all of your hard work. It's been incredible seeing this stage come up so quickly, rather. So thank you so much. It's been a gargantuan effort, and it's all thanks to your efforts. And most importantly, again, to all of you fine folks out there for joining us today. It's such a privilege for us to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on, and it matters most when you show up to join us. We know you have busy days, and we're thankful to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us here on this Saturday morning. And of course, we got something fun at the end. Make sure you stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating Scaro and Mr. Raffle Waffles, Milo, out there.
Is it Scaro or Scaro? I was right.
Go ahead and tell them we said hello when you get a chance to drop into their chat. But as has become kind of a tradition here at Bungie with our streams, we've saved just one more special thing here for you.
Here we go.
Now, we've told you a lot about the game so far, but we haven't had a chance to really touch on the narrative just yet. And we're really
the narrative. There's a story?
Innovative in the extraction shooter space, both in and out of the game.
Let's go.
And we'd love to show you a glimpse of that now.
Here we go. Here we go.
Opportunity to partner with Academy and Emmy award-winning director Alberto Mielgo to go ahead and show you just a bit of a snapshot of what life is like on Tau Ceti. So we hope you enjoy, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
Woo! Very, very true, Tolls. Let's see. Oh, wait, there's your actual people. This is before everything, I think. Right? Because those are actual people. Yeah. I wonder if the world got sick or something. What the? Those are the caterpillars. What in the? Voldemort?
Two vast and trunkless legs of stone.
That's Voldemort's voice actor!
Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered
yeah, yeah.
Whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command.
I think.
Its scope to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them. And the heart that fed,
Okay, it's not him. All right. It sounded like it. At the very beginning, it did.
again. Once again. As a new shell. As a new shell, feeling.
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion.
Like $1 trillion. Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm.
What the?
Yeah. Supposed to be my lucky charm.
Yo!
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child?
Who are you? I don't know.
It's you.
Really?
Hey, what's that you always tune into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah.
We get voice acting before we get it in Destiny? In Marathon?
Do you ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is? You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
And then he just takes the loot, right? Oh. Stealth. Bro, seriously, I like it though. Oh no. Damn.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remain. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal wreck. Round the decay of that boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away.
Dude, this is over an hour. This is crazy.
Do you recognize this child?
I don't know. Is that me?
Those are all the people that are involved. Damn, dude, that was awesome. All right, I need to go back and watch one part of this to break it down because I want to see the gameplay again. Everybody claps in the chat. Let's go. Wow. All right, well, if you're seeing this on YouTube, please make sure to comment below which runner are you excited for. Let me know one thing you're excited for overall in the game, and make sure to subscribe and like for more because we will be covering this game. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Later.